All right, welcome to Wealth Creations Network's Wealth Acceleration event. This event is truly exciting because the co-op is almost ready to launch. And there is so much fervor out there about the co-op to the point where, there's people outside of Wealth Creations Network that want to be part of this co-op. And I've already indicated to those folks that Wealth Creations Network first. If there are any more slots left, then yes, we'll go ahead and accept other people into our power team. Of course, there's going to be a lot of other people that are part of, the co-op itself, but there's a power team that we're working on. And so that's what we want to load into this. We want to make sure that the power team has just about everybody in it that's Wealth Creations Network member. That's very important to me. And then after that, then we can let the other folks in. The power team, that's what we're focusing on. We're making sure that we continually place people underneath you so that you can realize that $8,000 a week and more income. So truly excited. I also have my two special guests that I introduced you to last week. From Inqua USA, I have Dwayne Noble, and I have Mark Liddell from DeMark Media, and I'm honored that they have strategically aligned with me, or I should say strategically aligned with them, and we're just working together to make this possible. But tonight's call really is to cover the terms and conditions of the co-op, because the rules must be followed, folks. If you do not follow the rules, you could harm the co-op, and so we don't want that to happen. So before you move forward with the co-op, you want to make sure that you agree to all of those terms and conditions. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and move forward and share with you the terms of the co-op, and then if you agree to those terms, then I'm going to show you how you can request, or I should say after you receive an invitation, you can go ahead and submit your request to be accepted into the co-op. And once you're accepted, then a lot of the information that I share with you right here, you will have so that you can move forward. Anyway, so let me go through the terms and conditions. Also, tonight we're going to share why this co-op is exceptional, really, and why you definitely want to be in it, for one. And then also with Mark on the line with DeMark Media, I want to make sure that you move forward with a testimonial and also with the survey pages that he's put together for us as well. So that's what this meeting is about, and so I'm going to get started. As you can see in front of you, this is the Wealth Creations Network Financial Freedom Placement Co-op. So if you voluntarily enter into this, then that means you agree to all terms, all conditions, and the information that I have on this page. And you'll get these terms. You'll have access to these terms shortly. Now, the Wealth Creations Network's Financial Freedom Placement Co-op, that's a long title, so I'm going to refer to it as maybe the Placement Co-op or simply Co-op as I talk about it today. You really need to understand the co-op. So I'm going to go to Karatbars here and just log into my account. If you're wondering why you're already in, first of all, you're already in Wealth Creations Network, and if you're wondering why do I have to go to get another position to get into the co-op, why am I not in that co-op already? Well, this is a good example of why the co-op is so important. If you look at this particular person, she's a VIP, and she has 2 golds on her left side, and that's it. But on her right side, she has over 1,172 people. Some of them active, some of them not active. But she can't cycle anymore unless she places more people on her left-hand side. And this is how a lot of people see their matrix. They see that they're very strong on one side but very weak on another. I'll give you another example here as to why you want to move forward with the co-op. I know Wall Street's doing quite well, so I'm going to show this. What you want is a matrix that is completely full, no holes, and you don't want any blue dots in there either. The blue means that they're not active. So with our co-op, we're going to have everything completely filled, but not with even bronze. There will be no bronze accepted or free members accepted into the co-op, only silver, gold, and VIP. These folks are serious about building their team so that they can get to that $8,000 weekly income and even more. So this is what we want to do for you with the co-op. We're going to load that co-op, and it's going to look like this before the advertising starts, but except it's going to have a lot of black dots all over the place because the black is the VIP. There's a lot of VIP people already loaded in there, but there's going to be, of course, when you folks come in, then you'll be loaded as a lot of you as VIP, a lot of you as gold and silver. So you want a matrix that you're working in to look like this. Then you know that there are people, putting money in it. Money is being moved. So you want to make sure that you get into this co-op as quickly as possible. One of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the ones that want to come into VIP as a VIP. They get first acceptance into the co-op, then the gold, and then the silver. And that's simply because it's only fair if someone is willing to put out more money, then they should first go into that matrix so that they have the opportunity to make it back as quickly as possible. So that's why I'm doing that. If you want to get into this co-op, and I know you do, then you do not want to procrastinate. The other thing is this. There's no way that Wealth Creations Network can take its entire matrix, because if you think about it, Wealth Creations Network, if I can go back to WCN, let's see how many people are in its matrix right now. Okay, right now we have close to 2,000 people in the matrix. So as you know, the co-op could be on the left side of WCN or it could be on the right side. Wherever it is, it doesn't encompass everybody, and everybody is not compressed. So what the co-op does is compress all of the activity all under one area, so that when we advertise and we place people, multitudes of people are going to benefit rather than just a scattered few. If I did it any other way, then it just wouldn't be most beneficial for everyone. So this is the reason why we're moving along with the co-op this way. It's just to make sure that I keep an eye on everyone that's active, and that our efforts, aren't scattered. That we're able to magnify what we do with just a couple of signups, and that they're not just signups, folks. They're people that have purchased a VIP, a gold, or a silver. So you're not going to see blue underneath you. You will see a minimum silver underneath you, gold, and then VIP. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to go with the terms, and I'm going to read these to you because a lot of folks don't like to read, so I want to go through these terms. It's very important that you know what your responsibility is with this co-op. Okay, so the phrase loading the co-op refers to Wealth Creations Network's efforts to only place invited paying participants into the co-op who use the authorized WCN co-op referral link and agree to all the below terms. So you have to agree to all of these. You're going to agree to purchase a silver, gold, or VIP dual system package, and that's an immediate purchase. You're not going to sit around and wait. When you activate your account, the next step immediately is to activate. The exact same thing we tell you to do in our financial freedom calls, webinar calls. We tell you to immediately activate. Don't wait. Then you're going to commit to acquiring your gold every single week. A lot of you will be able to do that without taking any funds out of your pocket, simply because you're being placed in the matrix and there's people already being placed underneath you. Okay? Or I put at least once a month. We're hoping that you can acquire your gold every single week. That's the movement of money, and that causes you to continually generate income on a weekly basis if everyone is doing that. Okay, and of course, you're going to submit the $300 co-op advertising fee. Okay, so there will be payment instructions, but you want to, that $300 advertising fee is very important because I have to pay my buddy Mark definitely for what he does, and he deserves every penny of it and even more. Also, it's understood that at least 200 individuals must agree to these terms for the co-op to commence. Folks, we're not going to have a problem with the 200. In fact, we don't need 200 anymore. We need less than that. Okay, because I'm loading certain people in, and then of course Wealth Creations Network folks will come in. So, and more than likely, I will send out that invitation at the earliest tomorrow, at the latest Monday. Okay. So you agree to the $300 advertisement fee. You agree to only use, and this is important, you agree to only use your link, your WCN Karatbars link, to enter the placement co-op when authorized to do so by me or a representative of Wealth Creations Network. Okay, so that Wealth Creations Network link, you might know what it is. If you use it right now, you would be outside of the co-op. Okay, because I make sure that that link is never directed in the co-op to where people can sneak in. So you're agreeing that if you ever get that co-op ahead of me contacting you, that you're not going to use that until an authorized representative or I call you. Okay. You also agree not to use your placement co-op referral link for any advertisement, promotions, or anything like that while we're loading the co-op. The load of the co-op is so that we can generate monies for DeMark Media, so that we can get that advertising going. Okay, so you don't want to advertise and have people use your link to get into the co-op. There's the back door right there. You don't want that to happen. You only will use your link once that co-op has been loaded, once our co-op has been loaded. Okay, and you also agree not to give your Karatbars placement co-op referral link to referrals while WCN is loading the co-op. So this is closed to only those folks that want to be part of the power team. And you want to be part of the power team because you are moving forward with a silver, gold, or VIP, and you're going to move forward with $300 advertising co-op fee as well. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to give you some details about the structure and intent of the co-op. The purpose of the co-op is to make sure masses of individuals are benefiting from Wealth Creations Network's account placements as quickly as possible. A scattered placement approach would mean only a few people at a time could possibly benefit. Loading the co-op is very important because it generates the funds needed for the marketing and advertising campaign, as I said, and that will drive thousands to our team. The funds generated will also help to pay for the phone room representatives, the closers, and other talents used to ensure the success of the co-op. Alright, so Wealth Creations Network intent is to make sure every loaded co-op member participates as an active Karatbars account holder. An account holder has purchased at least a silver dual system package, has submitted a $300 co-op fee, and is committed to acquiring 1 gram of gold every week. Please, you have to understand, you must agree to that, or at least once a month. I will be a little bit lenient and say, okay, once a month if you have to, but if you can't do the weekly acquisition, at least once a month, okay, to remain active with us. Consistent activity within the first 256 co-op placements will potentially help co-op matrix levels 1 through 6 to consistently generate an income even before the co-op launches its advertising and marketing campaign. So that's truly exciting. So you definitely want to get in as quickly as possible because you could be earning before the advertising starts. Individuals who fall beneath the 6th level in the co-op should begin to see weekly income generation after WCN finishes loading the co-op and after our marketing and advertising campaign begins to produce new active participants. One thing that is clear, there's a lot of folks, as I said, that want to get into the Wealth Creations Network co-op, and so after we load, there's going to be individuals that come in afterwards as well that we haven't even advertised for. So that's going to really help those folks on that 7th level. Even before the advertising begins, even that 7th level, some of the people on that level could be experiencing some type of cycle as well. Okay, so the power team, the first 256 participants who are loaded into the placement co-op are considered our long-term power team. Each co-op campaign lasts 3 months. After 3 months, another campaign will take its place. Since the power team benefits the most from our advertising efforts, we will once again ask for additional funds from this team to help launch the next 3-month co-op campaign. The plan is to do this indefinitely so that the power team will continue to grow its passive residual income and gold savings. Part of your responsibility as a power team participant is to agree to share a portion of the income we have helped you create into future co-op advertising and marketing campaigns. The amount you'll be asked to pay for the next placement co-op campaign will depend on the amount of income we have assisted you in generating and also your placement level within the co-op matrix. The higher you are in the matrix means you could be generating more income than those that fall below you. And the matrix, levels 1 through 7 will always be asked to contribute to the co-op advertising campaigns every 3 months. Obviously, it is most beneficial for you to continue to support our marketing and advertising efforts to continually grow your income. So, if you want to be part of the power team, you must understand that we're going to come back to you every 3 months for additional advertising. And we have to continue to advertise over and over again. We don't stop. Okay? So I'm not going to go through the benefits. I'm going to have Dwayne from Inkway USA. He's helping us. And Dwayne, you can give a brief overview of what you're doing as far as the marketing aspect of it. But you'll also have this information in front of you, folks. I'll give you this Google page so that you can see some of the benefits. But Dwayne, I'm sure, is going to go over some of those with you. But I want to have Dwayne come on and share what you're going to be doing behind the scenes to assure that the co-op works, and just share some of your responsibilities.
Anyways, I want to go ahead and begin by introducing myself. My name is Dwayne Noble, and I'm president of a company called Green Concepts, better known as Inkway USA. Inkway is who we do, and really what we are and who we do. That's really I'm an executive in the corporate world. We're a company that's traded on the stock market. And that's really my day job, and I won't even call it that because, I absolutely love what I do. I got approached by Karatbars, and I know Selena, she's a good personal friend of mine. So for those of you who know Selena, she's got a great heart, and she's a great person, and she pays attention to detail and just genuinely cares about what she does. She's a tremendous presenter, tremendous marketer, and I have a lot of respect for her. And so Selena had came to me and said, I've got, a company, and I'm trying to put together a co-op campaign. So I started looking at the company, and I really looked at Karatbars and looked at how solid they were. And normally, being president of a company, especially getting ready to launch a new network marketing division of our company, a new network marketing company, I normally wouldn't get involved with anything. But the good thing about Karatbars is it doesn't compete with what we do, and it also is just a nice addition. So I personally said, you know what, I've got to get involved with this company myself. I'm going to help you put together this co-op campaign, but I want to also get involved with this company myself. I want to acquire gold. Who doesn't? I'm real big into the investment world and know a lot about investments. Gold is definitely one of the most solid things that you can put your money into. So I got with Karatbars personally, on a personal level, and I'm also setting our business up to be able to accept gold on the K exchange. Something that I really think, really feel like every business needs to take advantage of as well. So for those of you who really didn't know the story or how I got involved, I wanted to kind of begin by introducing myself to you and how I came to be involved. Of course, my expertise is in marketing. I really know the psychology of sales and marketing per se. You know, I went to school to be a neurosurgeon. I got out, I hated writing thesis papers, hated doing all that busy work. And so I got out and got into business. But one thing that really I took with me and took to heart is all that psychology. I took pretty much all my psychology in school. And I used that in marketing. And, you know, ever since, it's, you know, it's just benefited me tremendously in marketing. And so I create really psychological presentations and business plans that succeed. And that's kind of my specialty. So I helped set Selena's co-op up, kind of architected the whole thing, the presentation flow, you know, everything that we're doing. And I want to let you know, this co-op is absolutely tremendous. When I saw the potential, a light bulb went on and it just clicked. And Selena, we got to talking, and Selena said, yeah. She goes, that's going to be exciting. That's going to work. And I said, you know, and she suggested something, and I said, yeah, that's something else we can do. And we got to where we were with this co-op, and we've really made a co-op that's just unbeatable. And basically what we've done is we've took a dual system, and we've built it down 7 levels. It's, you know, basically it's a 2 by 7 levels. It's 256 people, and that's really the power team. And the reason I call it the power team is because that 256 people, we can advertise again and again and again and again and again and again and again. And we can keep getting results for those 256 people. The reason it's so important for the co-op to be compressed like that, you know, and the reason that most co-ops don't succeed is because they're all scattered all over the place. Really, a co-op's about a group of people coming together and joining efforts for a greater cause. So it doesn't behoove you to have one person up here and another person 50 levels down here and another person 10,000 people, you know, over here. You know, you don't want it spread out. To be able to compress it is able to benefit, you know, many, many different people at once. But the good thing about the 256 is we can keep running that over and over and over. And no matter how deep or how wide we build it, those 256 people will still always benefit from the volume. So the people that are paying into the co-op, they're able to benefit from all that volume. No matter how wide or how deep we go, those 256 people are still able to benefit. Why? Because they're all compressed. You know, yeah, we're gonna build it eventually where it's, you know, where it becomes really wide. But it doesn't matter. As we're plugging people in through the advertising, they're still falling under that group of 256 people. So the way we set this co-op up, I want you to understand why it's compressed and how it's just a tremendous opportunity, because it's really a group of people that have joined together for a greater cause. That being said, also, not only that about the co-op, but we've added in some things. We've added in some things to make this really appealing. And it's something that you guys can use to build your organization. And not only your people can use, but the people they get, and the people they get, and the people they get, and so forth and so on. It's just a tremendous opportunity. And so somebody comes aboard after the co-op, and you're promoting them to them, and they say, well, you know, why should I come aboard? The co-op's already filled. That doesn't matter. The reason is because we still have the 12-week plan to success, where people can make $8,000 a week and basically acquire their goal at no cost. So they can take advantage of that 12-week success plan that we've really created. That's the first selling point. The second selling point is they have the potential to benefit off of the co-op. If they come in, they have the potential to see activity from that co-op and potential to see spillover. And the third reason is we've created a pool in that co-op to really give us some explosive growth from a psychological standpoint. And it's going to be kind of the carrot that a lot of people see, and it's going to be the carrot that especially these new people coming aboard that drives them. It's going to be the carrot that drives their people and so forth and so on. What I'm saying is it's a tool for you to use. So once the co-op's filled up and that 256 power team comes aboard, you say, okay, now where do we go from here? I want to personally refer some people on. This is basically a weapon that you have in your arsenal. It's a tool that you have to use. And we've taken 5% of all initial packages. We've put them into a pool. So, all these packages that are sold through our advertising cost. And by the way, if you total up our advertising cost, it's roughly about $20,000 a month that we're spending to advertise. This is, true traffic. I set Selena up with Mark. Mark owns the Mark Media. They specialize in true traffic. This isn't cheesy traffic. This isn't, the same group of people over and over. This traffic is what the big boys use. This is what a Chrysler or a GM or a Ford or a Walmart or a Best Buy or Kmart or any of those guys would use. There's about 8 billion people in this world, and they advertise to as many of them as they can. I mean, this is really golden traffic, for lack of a pun. No pun intended, but it's really golden traffic that we're getting. And so, from the efforts of that campaign, roughly $20,000 that's spent to advertise per month for Google AdWords, for the banner ads on media sites, for the videos that roll over before YouTube, for mobile advertising on mobile phones, for all that, for that roughly $20,000 a month that we're combining and pooling our dollars in, as we have cells made. Keep in mind, these are cells that are being made. We have the phone room that qualifies the leads. We have the people, really walking them through the sign-up process and closing these people and getting them involved. They're helping them to become involved in our business. So for each cell that's made, each initial package, we take 5%. We put it into a pool. And if you are a gold level member or higher, and you personally refer on 2 other people, you will be able to share in that co-op pool. But not only does that go for you, that goes for everybody you refer on, and they refer on, and they refer on, and so forth and so on. So it becomes very viral. It's a viral marketing effort. It's a tool for you to use. It's a tool for your people to use, and it's a tool for their people to use, and their people's people. It's just a viral tool. So, it's very important that you understand this. 5% goes into a pool, and as long as you're gold or better before the co-op ends, you don't have to be a part of the co-op. You can come in you can come in below the co-op. But as long as you're at gold level or higher, and you personally refer on 2 people, you will be able to share in that co-op pool. It goes for all people as part of the co-op, and it goes for all new people coming aboard. So we've really added some thrilling aspects to this. We have that team of 256 people. It's really the power team that's really driving everybody else to success. And in the process, that 256 people is benefiting immensely. Now, when we run the co-op in the future, it's important to point out, obviously the people higher up in the co-op are going to benefit more. So I'm a big person on being fair. I believe in being, as fair to somebody as possible. I believe in honesty and integrity. And so if those people higher up in the co-op are benefiting more, they should have to pay more. So when we run the co-op again and again and again and again and again, the next times around, the people higher up in the co-op who benefit more will pay more. I believe it's only fair. We want to keep that whole group, that whole 256 people involved. It's important to know, even if you come in at the bottom of that co-op and you're on that bottom level, you're still going to benefit tremendously. And we're going to keep running this, and it's going to grow deeper, and it's going to grow wider and deeper and wider, and it's going to do that all the time. And so 256 people at the top, it doesn't matter how wide or how deep it goes. I want you to understand, we're able to benefit just a massive amount of people, a tremendous volume of people. people through that advertisement. Even if you're at that bottom rung, the next time around, you're not going to pay as much for that co-op as the people above you. And they're not going to pay as much for that co-op as the people above them, and so forth and so on. So we've really designed a co-op not only to get results, but one that truly is a fair co-op. And just the psychology behind the whole thing, I'm really excited about what I've been able to help Selena put together and really been able to architect. I'm glad Selena introduced me to Karatbars. I'm glad to be able to acquire gold on a personal level, and I can't tell you enough of the excitement of what Wealth Creations has really created. So with that, I'll turn this back over to Selena.
Okay, Dwayne, thank you so much. I think that everyone on this call should truly be excited just by listening to Dwayne explain how this co-op and how fair it is, but also you really can't fail with this. This is a fail-proof plan, and let me just say why. Because even if you never get a spillover, what are you doing? You're acquiring your gold. You're consistently saving in inflation-proof gold. But of course, the whole purpose of the co-op is to make sure that you experience spillover, especially the power team, the 256 power team. But the other thing is this: the co-op does not, folks, it does not replace the 12-week plan. It enhances it. It causes you to move quicker through those weeks. So instead of week 1 you only get your 2, and then you get, now the co-op is working on your behalf, consistently advertising on your behalf, and then you have the phone room people and you have the closers. They're consistently working on your behalf. But not only that, the only people that are accepted into this co-op are those folks that move forward with a silver, gold, or VIP package. So truly incredible. You're not going to have people that you look at your matrix and you go, well, 100 people joined today, but none of them have done anything. They're all blue dots back there. They haven't even went forward with the package. I don't know what's wrong with them. Well, you will not have that issue here. So all the challenges that you might have experienced with Karatbars prior to the 12-week plan, because we had some prior to that 12-week plan. That 12-week plan is what motivated everybody to start activating their accounts. And so with the co-op, it causes people to even want to do more in Karatbars. The other thing is you can use the co-op as leverage. And that just simply means, and I know that Dwayne covered this, but use the co-op as leverage. When someone says, well, I can't get my 2, or I'm going to have a difficult time getting my 2, don't worry, get into our co-op. We have advertising. We have all types of things working on your behalf. Just get in. You could receive spillover before you even get your 2. Yes, we want you to continually look for those 2, but it might be easier, and I believe it will be, it will be easier for you to have someone move forward in the co-op because they know there's a professional advertising team, professional phone room working on their behalf to make sure that there's continual flow of new people coming in to the co-op. So hopefully that makes sense. I don't want to drag this along. I want to make sure that you understand another key component to this, and that's the advertising. It truly is. And so I want to introduce Mark Liddell, and he's CEO of DeMark Media. I don't know why I'm stumbling today. Excuse me. I drank too much tea. But anyway, Mark Liddell, CEO of DeMark Media, and I always like calling him because I know what he's about. He says he's experts in placement and product launches, and he truly is an expert. I got an opportunity to meet one of his associates, actually 2 of them. I love Jay, and now Cameron. Awesome. Just this team is absolutely professional and truly experts in what they do. It was just a pleasure being able to speak to Cameron today. But anyway, Mark, I do want you to come on board, and I want you to share what well, why it's important for the team members, the Power team members, to take the survey. And I'm going to show the page that they've set up for us, but I really want you to share why this is an important component to the advertising. Mark? Okay.
Yes, yes. Good evening. I guess they're looking at the page now, Selena?
Yes, in fact, but you're not on then. You're not on your computer?
No, I'm not. I had to move some things around to be able to make the call today, so I wasn't
Okay.
sitting in front of the computer.
That's okay.
As Selena was talking about the testimonials. Testimonials, for most of you, I'm sure, whether you use Google, Bing, Yahoo, whichever one of the search engines that you use, you'll find that, especially on Google now, you'll see where ratings are starting to appear in the organic as well as in the pay-per-click side. So that's a very, very big deal, because now, as of the quarter 2011 and Q3, it was 72% of people that said that they trusted online reviews. Fast forward to today, and that percentage is above 80%. So that's a very significant jump, inclusive of the fact that originally those metrics were really that individuals trusted friends and family members. That switched to online reviews. That means that these are people that they don't even know, but that are online and have made a purchase from a particular vendor online. So that's really, really powerful stuff, because at the end of the day, people want to buy online and people want to do business with different organizations and companies online. But what they don't want to do is run into being, for lack of better terms, a guinea pig for a company that says they're going to do one thing and does something completely different, which is why online reviews are so very, very important. So now, with the advent of online reviews, everybody that's buying from a particular vendor can now find out a little bit about that vendor, whether they've ever done business with them before. That for the vendors that have a great reputation and that are marketing that reputation online, they're being delivered hot prospects, people who are ready to buy their products now. So what Selena is sharing with you now is we had asked Selena to go ahead and provide a small poll to the team, so that we could find out exactly what people were thinking when they decided to join Karatbars. We wanted to understand, first and foremost, how many people were really even thinking about gold. Was this something that, as a result of their affiliation, or is this something they heard about? Was this something that was previously on their mind? Did they already know about the monetary system and fiat currency? We want to find those hot buttons that have led people to join and get involved with gold. So it only makes sense for us to poll those individuals who had already joined, so that we can use that information and that knowledge in our marketing. Of course, by understanding what somebody is thinking before you present a product or a service to them, the real goal is, when you get out in front of your target audience, you then want to be able to continue that conversation as you lead them through the sales process. So understanding what most people are thinking before they take that next step is an integral part of being able to match what they're thinking on the next page or landing page that we deliver them to, so that we can then present them the information in a way that's already in line with what they had in mind. So that's why we've asked that everybody participate in taking the poll, because the follow-up of that poll is for us to be able to also market with individuals who are already doing business, either through Wealth Creations Network, or that came on and got involved as a result of Selena's sphere of influence, because clearly this is already reaching outside of those who were originally involved. So it's the interest is growing super fast. We want to be able to take all of those individuals who are now involved with the co-op and market that as well, so that we can continue to drive very hot, steady leads to the program. Does that cover most of what you wanted me to talk about, Selena?
Yes, but because when I speak with you during the day, you're very passionate about one thing, and that's the video testimonials and why it's so important. So
yes. Okay, so there's really two things. We can have the testimonials and text, which is very important. It's very important. But coming from a television background, being a television executive, I mean, I have a pretty good idea of the effectiveness of video. For the individuals that are on the team, you know, we send out the invitation for all and everybody that's going to be involved to put together a 30 or a 60-second video testimonial. Now, in that testimonial, we don't want you to mention Karatbars, because that's not part of what we do. We don't use the Karatbars name in any of our advertisements. But if you would put together a 30 or a 60-second video that speaks to your involvement and your knowledge now that you've learned now how important gold is, what caused you to get involved in the gold market, what caused you to get involved with the team, then we can take and market that. Because, quite frankly, people don't respond as well to actors as they do real people. And stats will show that people who just come on, who are not actors, who are just speaking from their heart and their experience, other individuals that watch that are very motivated, and they can tell when it's just someone speaking from the heart. So I'm glad you brought that up, Selena. We really would ask that all that have the capabilities to provide a 30 to 60-second video, and that are motivated to do that to help the team, that would do that. And we've also provided a way for you to upload that video and send that in, so that can be used in our advertisements. Selena?
wonderful. Thank you, Mark. Okay, so let me share with you why. We're going to give you an incentive. Let's put it that way. I'm going to give you an incentive to do this, but really you need to do this without the incentive anyway, because this is going to help us to help you. But I'm going to go to my page so I don't forget any points. But you know that the placement co-op fee is $300, but you can receive a $20 rebate. I'm going to hold on for a second. So this thing popped up, but you can receive a $20 rebate for sharing your thoughts about Karatbars. But remember, you don't want to say Karatbars. You don't want to mention Karatbars in that. But you want to just share your thoughts about gold, I guess, and about the opportunity to acquire gold. Now, let me ask you, Mark, is it okay if they say something about Wealth Creations Network? Or
I think if they leave that vague now,
right, just generic.
It's going to be delivered to, right?
Right.
And plus, that will allow us to be able to use that advertisement in different forms if they don't.
Okay, good enough. So keep it generic, folks, completely generic. But obviously mention gold acquisition, something like that. But and here it says that DeMark Media has designed a questionnaire. I'm going to go through that questionnaire. You saw it, but I didn't go through it with you. But if you're one of the first 25, you'll get a $20 rebate. And after that, if you come in after the first 25 submissions, you'll get a $10 rebate. So it's a way for you to, get some money back. But anyway, I'm going to go back to the survey, and so that you can see what you need to do, and so that you don't forget to do certain things. There's 4 questions very important questions that you want to think about when you answer. What was the deciding factor to take precious metals seriously? Before you were introduced to precious metals, how much did you already know about currency, paper money, compared to real money, gold? Okay, that's very important. Are you satisfied with your interest from your savings account, 401, or other investment vehicles? And the last one is, how much does the thought of being able to get paid to acquire gold excite you? So this is the survey portion of it, and then we would really love for you to load a personal image, a smiling face, and just choose it. All you have to do is click on that, and it'll open up a way for you to load your image. And then when you submit that, it takes you to the thank you page, and then you can click on whether you want to provide a text review or leave a video review. The more video reviews we get, the better DeMark Media can help us to drive this to people and to stir up that interest. Once again, when you have a video testimonial of someone that's not an actor, it just provides much more credibility. And so we really want that from you if you can get it. And so once you've clicked on that, then it'll take you to this page. You'll fill it out and provide your video or your text testimonials. So really want you to move forward with this as quickly as possible. I will get this link out, and I'm debating on when I should do it. I'm thinking first, well, I will get this out probably at the beginning of next week to make sure that we get all the information we need to start formulating our advertising campaign. Did I leave anything out, Mark? Is there anything else you want to add?
No. You pretty much covered it. I mean, other than the fact that that's really important to hammer home, that it's just regular people talking to regular people, and that really rates high. It really does.
Okay, so I'm going to open it up for questions, because I want the folks to have an opportunity to ask you questions, Mark, and also you, Dwayne. If that's okay, are you two open for that?
Sure.
Mark?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Good. Okay, so we're in question and answer mode on the phone. So if you're on the phone and you have a question, *6, and you'll be able to I'll be able to hear your question. Okay. We do have a question here. It says you can it says that I thought we had to do the 2 personal referrals during the co-op. Folks, during the co-op you do. During the load you can't. Okay, and I shouldn't say you can't. You are forbidden to. Let's put it that way. So remember, there's a loading phase to the co-op. You have to understand that there's a loading phase to the co-op. And so once it's loaded, then we're going to let you know that you can now use your co-op link to bring only people in that are going to move forward with the silver, gold, or VIP. If they cannot, then they have no business being in the co-op. So it's going to be very important that you are a team player, and that that you follow this rule. It's going to be very difficult for me to watch every single person. So as a power team member, you really do need to make sure that you pay attention to that rule. It's only going to help you and the rest of the team when you do that. Okay, so that's how you would do that. And so when that happens, then the 5% will start. The 5% pool does not start at the load. You're not going to get 5% during the load, and that's simply because the load helps with all types of expenses. So the direct commissions that Wealth Creations Network makes during that load will go to the call room and some other talent, and obviously to DeMark Media as well. So that's important for you to know. But after the load, when we're bringing in people because of the advertising, then those packages that are purchased, 5% of that will go into the pool. And then at the ending of the co-op, after the end of that 3 months, then we will share those folks that have a gold membership and above and have brought in their 2 personals will be able to share in that pool. Another thing I want to say is, if that pool is just, the pool, of course, we're going to be selling a lot of packages, and so a lot of dollars will go into that pool. But it may be that there's so many people that have gotten there too, that you might get $15, $20, maybe $30 because of it. That's not a bad thing, because if everybody is doing their part and following that 12-week plan, that means you're making more than that pool could ever have provided for you in the first place. So it's a win-win situation. Okay?
And one thing I want to add, Selena, a couple of things. That pool is really for your benefit to use as a selling point, and selling point for those people that you bring in after the co-op, and then people who get involved, after that 256, power team once it's filled. That's a huge selling point for them, and it's a huge selling point for them to refer on their people, and it's a huge selling point for their people to refer on their people. So really use that to your advantage. It's really what it is. It's a psychological selling point, and it's a tool really for you guys to use. Not only that, those people that you bring in after the co-op, they're going to want to come in at a gold level because they get to partake in that pool. So, of course, when they come in at a gold level, that generates more volume to the team, but it also generates more income to you on your personal self as well. The other thing I want to add is once that 256 is filled up, and I know this is a question that a lot of people have because it would be a question I would have. It's probably a question that I would say a good 150 plus people have. I know that there's people close to you that you want to benefit off of the co-op. I know there's, you guys have spouses and kids and brothers and sisters and best friends and marketers in the industry close to you. Once that 256 is filled up with the power team, if there's any positions open, we can see if we can fit people in. But those 256 are going to fill up very quickly. Once that 256 is really filled up with the power team and Wealth Creations members, those people close to you, you want to bring them in on that very next level down. Because although they're not part of the 256 co-op, if they get in on that next level right underneath the co-op, they're going to see a lot more activity than if they're further down. So they're going to still be in very, 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 very solid shape to be right underneath the co-op. Even though they may not be part of the co-op, they're going to be in phenomenal shape just to be right basically on the co-op's first level.
Well, and I want to just correct one thing though, Dwayne, and that is they're part of the co-op, but they're not part of the power team. So people that are positioned underneath, they're part of that co-op, but they're just not part of the power team. But in spite of that, they're still going to benefit. There's still advertising dollars being spent on their behalf, and they're still going to experience, something, some good with that, with the co-op.
Absolutely, and that's a huge point for those of you who want to get those people close to you involved. The best place for them will be on that really the co-op's first level. Be on that level right underneath the co-op. So
Right.
That's still a phenomenal place to be, and I just want people to understand that.
There's a question that I want to ask Mark. I already know the answer to this, but it's important that everyone understands this. Now, we have a unique niche. We really do. And so, but I do want people to be realistic about the beginning of the co-op. I don't want people to think that there's going to be millions of people just lined up and signing up. That there is a process. And so, Mark, if you would, can you tell us what, with your experience, and I'm not even going to say how long, but basically the process of actually getting the momentum going to getting those leads to come in to where people will be able to see a difference in what we're doing. So can you tell them, realistically, with advertising, how long it takes to get really momentum going?
Well, that's a good question. Out of all the platforms that are available, the internet probably is the fastest platform because marketing is testing. So what happens with the reason the internet is such a fast platform is because you're able to track and gauge every action. So, for example, when once the marketing is put out into the arena of whether it be YouTube, Google, Bing, Yahoo, social media, wherever that's at, we're able to track every action that takes place. So we know how fast the marketing is working, whether how solid the marketing is. So there's really no one-size-fits-all answer to that, but it's fairly quick. I mean, we'll be able to generate leads right away. Now, the number of those leads, that all depends upon the size of the market. What I would say is the market is large, very, very large. So it's tough to give any concrete answer on exactly what that time frame will be. But I can tell you that it typically we look at these campaigns between a 30 and 90 day period, and that's not we're waiting 30 or 90 days to generate leads. We're generating leads right away. As to the number of those leads, you can't say until you do it, quite frankly. Does that address your question that they had, Selena?
Absolutely, absolutely. So thank you for that, Mark. Okay, so there's a couple of questions that I'm going to address as well that's on the chat. When it says, when opening the co-op Karatbars account, is it possible to use a debit instead of a credit? And yes. I know in the back office it just says credit card, but it's a credit card or debit card that you can use to move forward with your purchase. Okay, I'm just going to get through some of this. It says, once the co-op has been loaded, can you PIF in your referrals? Can you pay it forward? As long as, okay, you can, as long as you pay it forward, silver, gold, or VIP, then it's acceptable. You can pay it forward if you want to. Absolutely. I made a gold purchase today of 4 grams for the month instead of 1 gram per week. Will this work for making our gold purchase on a monthly basis instead of 1 gram per week? Well, keep in mind, if you're following the 12-week plan, then that 12-week plan says a gram every single week. And let me just tell you why. We're talking about the movement of money. So if everybody is moving money on a weekly basis consistently, then when you have a multitude of people underneath you doing that consistently, that means that you're going to get paid what? Every single week. So the question is, which would you prefer? To get paid every single week or once a month? Because if you're only doing it once a month and everybody else does it just once a month, then that is only, it's just maybe once a month you're going to get paid, other than the fact that you're bringing in your own referrals and you're getting direct commissions. So the whole point is to make sure that money is moved on a weekly basis so that everyone can get paid on a weekly basis as well. Hopefully that makes sense. But let me just also clarify this. If for some reason you have a job, for instance, I know of a gentleman that works on a ship. He's a captain of a ship, and it's best for him to just to do that on a monthly basis. If you have some type of excuse like that, then yes, it's better than not doing it at all. So but if there's no challenges to you moving forward every single week with your gold acquisition, then that's what I highly recommend that you do. Okay, let's see. Says, hi Selena, when is the link sent to us in order to take part? I have a little bit of thinking to do, because I want to make sure that when I send this out, the link out, that I'm completely prepared, and so it will not go out tonight. I was thinking that it would go out tonight, might go out tonight, but I've had too much to do today, and have not paid a lot of attention to that aspect, that invitation, because I'm going to, formulate the invitation and then get it out to you. So I'm thinking at the latest Monday is when that invitation will go out. At the latest Monday. Okay? I will not send it out Saturday. So if you don't see it on Friday, I won't send it out Saturday or Sunday. I will send it out Monday. Okay? So if you don't see it Friday, That's when it will be. Hopefully that answers your question. Someone says it would behoove us to upgrade to gold, upgrade from gold to VIP just before loading starts. Yeah, if you can get to VIP, absolutely. You want to get there before I start loading. And so, okay, before you start seeing people loaded underneath you, I should say. Let's see if I can see something else. Okay, so I think we've gotten everything. I'm going to open this up one more time. Okay, is this Charles?
Yes.
Hey, Charles. What question do you have?
After the 356 power team is loaded and we're able to bring in another person, other people?
It's 256, very important. But after the 256, yes, you'll be able to use your co-op link to bring in silver, gold, and VIP participants.
And when they come in, will they have to be into the co-op also so I'm paying for it?
No, they will not have to pay for the 300, but they must agree, before they come in, they must agree that they will not sign anyone up that is less than a silver. Every participant must come in as a silver, gold, or VIP.
That part I understand. I just didn't know if they had to pay 300 to come into the co-op.
No, only the 256.
Okay.
And that 256 is able to benefit not only themselves as a group, but they're able to benefit everybody else as we keep doing our advertising. Everybody else that comes in after the co-op, they're able to benefit those people as well. So,
yeah.
Huge advantage. That even if they're not a part of that co-op, it's a huge advantage for them to come in. Still, because they still have the future impact.
Okay, Dwayne, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and close, but before I do, I wanted Mark. Mark, did you have any final remarks or anything that you wanted to?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right then, folks. I want to thank all of you for taking the time out to hear about the co-op. Don't procrastinate when you get this invitation. You want to get in, and you want to get in immediately. Okay. And the other thing too, with Karatbars, you want to go and register. If you're going to go to Nashville, you want to register. I would love to meet all of you. Okay, so register for the Nashville conference coming up this next month in October, 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th. So go to your Karatbars back office and register. With that all said, thank you so much, and please forgive me for stumbling over myself today. I don't know what my problem is today, but anyway, I think you got the point, you got the message, you understand what's going on. I'm working hard on your behalf. I'll try to get that invitation out as soon as tomorrow, but if you don't see it, remember, you'll get it on Monday. God bless all of you. Good night.